That was clever, Ryan. He thought that through. He's been here and watched, and he came up with his own unique niche. And he did it in a football jersey, and he mentioned the Ducks and the Beavers. Amen! As I said earlier, you are all gorgeous. Keep being clever. It keeps it interesting for yourself and others. Good job, virgins. 2 good virgin poems. You get 60 of them if you go on jihad with me. I don't know what we're doing yet. We're not leaving the country, though. It's a mess out there. Karen, wrap us up in your loving soliloquy of whatever is in your time, mind, line. So now I'm trying to impress the... Look at that. Oh, I feel something brewing. What could it be? Was that you, Karen? That was the first time we've had a piano intro. How you doing, Karen? You got a book coming out, I hear.
I do have a book.
I'm supposed to proofread it.
Well, better do it, baby, because I got
Boo.
it out there.
I'm terrible at spelling. I was so happy when they got spell check down.
Well, man, my book has to get out there next month.
Next month. Well, I better do that tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Go for it, girl.
Thanks.
Live now like there is no later on tonight.
Oh, there's lots. Okay.
It's your hardest.
What I do, for those of you who don't know me, and Ryan, that was awesome, man.
Oh,
That was really awesome. Okay, I'm going to improv a poem. I call it improving. It's free versing. And whatever comes out of my mouth, they'll let me linger. Like, so cloud or something that, anyway. Okay. Tomorrow may be too late. I could celebrate this moment like there was nothing left of me or who I think I am or who I appear to be in some sort of illusion or magic state. When I look and I see the speaker of time waiting for me and my new electric bass to play the music of my heart in so many chords of dissonance and harmony. I see myself as I take off my shoes right now, standing on the earth, the platform of time, and I say, so be it. The rhyme of my heart is like the foam of the coffee cup of who I might say I am. The foam of the sea, the foam of the clouds, the foam of the carpet being clean, being cleared of the imaginary dust that I've collected. And right now I am pretty okay with who I am, although I struggle at times like a dog chained in heat, trying to find that imaginary mate and struggling all the time, looking myself in wonder and wondering who I am. That dog, hungry, wants for meat, is more than satisfied with a vegan meal and will tear off that chain any moment to be free of confinement of humans and some sort of cage that I created. When I think of the fact that there is a freedom outside that is actually within, the freedom that speaks to me right now, alone in my room, looking at my art, listening to music that I could actually expel and appreciate of myself. When I listen to whom my heart sings, to the beat of my drum, when I hear the soft illusions of Karen being Karen, not wondering what you think of me, not being, quote, 62, but 16, and not in dog years. I am young, I am ageless, I am no confinement of that number any longer.
Belted us.
Who I am are not the 10 toes on my feet, nor the 10 phalanges on my hands. Who I am is as free as a sea worm dancing in the ocean. The whales admire me as I admire them, and the sharks accept me and love me as I am. The ocean is my mother, the farthest sky above. I cannot contain my wings, so therefore I am actually free of all confinements now. I breathe the ocean, I swim the skies, and I find peace for a moment inside of who I am. Uselessly, the words I speak cannot reach you. They are like the extension of something, like the broom which sweeps away the clouds. They're not useless in the sense that they are an extension of who I am, and so many of them get lost every day, and I don't really care anymore because books and words and things I say and do don't really matter as much as the love I need to envelop.
That's awesome. You're getting pretty close.
The love of who I really am.
Thank you as always, Karen. We've got one more poet. I totally made an error, and we always give those on the stage and name them right away. I skipped Jeremy. That's the first. That is the first person I've ever skipped in 6 months, and he's being very gracious about it.
Yeah,
My bad. Let me say one thing real quick, Jeremy. Since I've made you wait so long, I'm going to make you wait another 30 seconds. Karen is a keeper alive of the tradition of trance poetry, which dates all the way back to the beginning of human shamanism. The only people I know who do anything like that are rappers, if they're real good. So you're right there at the edge of the old and the new. Thanks, Karen. Keep that, and you can see her going. Now, Jeremy, what do you want to assign my punishment as for skipping you blatantly?
Have to get naked on stage.
No, I'm not doing that. The camera's back on. I'm saved by decent morals.
By decent morals.
Saved by it.
Might get more views, Kit.
No.
All right. Well, Karen ended that well, so now I gotta end it. But,
Yeah, you gotta do it, Jeremy.
yeah, I'm not gonna get prop tight, but here we go. All right. Sunrise, body is free from things, not overtired from too much sleep. Birds began to sing, a plane humming in the distance. And as the wind opens the door, she moves inside, cannot discern her visibly, yet feeling her nearby, hearing her closely say, "Dear, don't weigh it down. Life can lift forces heavy and the dense that will not survive here, my dear. A play this is, playing effervescent things, and they, you, should not wait for a death scene to see that I've been watching, we've been listening. More, give your belly more nourishment than living free from constricting forces, creating these choices in this war, and I want you to write the victory. We want you to know." And with the coming wind, she goes flying to the subtle realm again. Used to think we should be having a lot more fun, living spontaneous, almost reckless combustion, painting midnight alleyways with dreaming impressions. while high on some kind of wine pretty much all the time, holding each other up as the candle to the muse. So long as we're trying to create something, anything that shows truth can never fall. So long as keep doing what is changing, rounding expansion of creativity, resonating the scope of this scene, playing constants that are actually constants, constantly creating one sum dramatic color in every scene, rearranging is for musical sake, must have due participations, hallucinations, feline legs swaying by. By the way, this is dedicated to a girl I met earlier today.
You old dog, OG.
Oh,
shit.
man.
OG's a dog.
Okay, I'm gonna get naked.
Do it!
Curving and delicate balance of sovereign softness into a question of who and how does she show and where the powers that keep man aware of his desire. This same desire that needs to evolve in some way, lest the selfish animal run wild to the competitive king, the I, the me.
Lover.
Exploding desire, duly transforming into pluralistic self, peering into her wordless beauty. Temporarily edged in the liquid reflection, reaching through, showing a bridge that feels no separation. Feeds no need to take or rape. The gift is given, constantly revealed in the sharing and daring of being herself with me, of herself, healed, telling me there's no need to feast my eyes as she passes by. Discipline, slowly being refined into new sexual changing times, beginning to flex and strengthen and decide that this is war. Should not try to surround this like before with diversions, segregations of selves and self, and tricky that
How much
sometimes.
for the sex?
Fuck
I
off.
couldn't resist.
Fuck off. A she of she, not always clearly knowing herself, while enjoying and condemning his attention simultaneously. And I meant that in a sexual way.
I know. I felt it. I felt every minute of it.
Felt eroticism.
Ha ha ha.
All right. Even supporting the man, barking as a dog, controlling that man while quietly loving the he who shares her at a close distance, even dare say respect of self and selves. So who is going to lead? Who shows the path? What path? Whose path? Who cares? There's a path here, adorned with the obvious and the secret in this body of the man that can put a human in prison, and not necessarily the one that is made of iron, stubborn in this body that can seemingly drive a person insane with indecision, while the Joker lifts a glass, cheering the middle class, singing the songs about why can't we just eat, drink, indulge? As if that question really needs to be asked by the Joker who knows why, yet tries to deny the birth into a life of meaning. Well, at least he or she, the Joker, can joke about it. Can give him that much. A hug for today. For tomorrow, maybe the eventual and probable drug overdose. So maybe we shouldn't toast the fact that this is war. Looking outside humanity, birthplace of being, seeing most everything, hungry, teeth, fear, beauty, showing it on stage, that beauty, as much as possible. Giving it awards, trying to say, today's your day. Look at what you can do. Look at what we've done. We, complex beings in a battlefield within, coming to an awareness, walking on a tightrope, which way to go, afraid to fall, so go back, or dare forward, or stay comfortably confused, and yet so aware of something mysterious, tightrope walking between annihilation and simply dare say it, amazing. My God, take this award. See what we have done. These creative creations of diversion for entertainment, for company, for feeling something deep in the throat, in the lungs, in the stomach, in the holes, feeling the holes, feeding deathless need to feel, not necessarily comfortable. So long as it moves forward, getting a little crazy, this hurts. Inside World War Infinity, relaxing into what kind of well-being exactly? Ouch. Enough trying to hide under some so-called intelligent philosophy, psychology, medical degree. If I'm mad, maybe I ate too much sugar. Or the alcohol doesn't agree with the liver, or something doesn't feel quite right, and I'm going to need support, not feeling quite right. Psychologists make $60 an hour, crazy power hour, for getting too used to feeling slightly awkward, paying to be so. What's wrong, really wrong with this body's slight ache or pain, inciting the verve to speak? For dare I let this body relax, I might lose the nerve and perversity that thinks this to be important. This is important, isn't it? A difference is being made, right? The ocean is always ready to take in the sailor who dares for lands that are sometimes flooded in my dreams to speak of anything otherwise as a spinning time toward these tryings to get undone of heavier things that ask for help and confidence. That confidence remains somewhat steadfast, traveling one and again into the realm of magic only to get lonely, lost in fantasy, Now what did the sailor find way out in the depths of here in between the seafaring dreams? My lady, a kind lady, came to him. Him to her, showing him how she, everybody, yesterday, tomorrow, aware, listening to this kind of lady hinting what is needed will not be found in the ocean somewhere. Somewhere. Where is somewhere?
Where is it?
And with a smile she says, when I see you again sailing through, traveling too with your truth in this dream, fancy your eyes to light the night, heart to be this warming fire, spine to balance constant desire, and belly to be our endless sea, for I am and will be yours always. Unless you think otherwise. My dear, this is war, and I will come disguised even sometimes in the light of the subterranean night for your necessary training until you don't have to think anymore about sex.
Whoa!
Thank you for your graciousness, Jeremy. It ranged far, that poem, but it always came back to what Jeremy secretly is, a true romantic. Nothing wrong with that at all. Romance is essential to a tempered body and mind. I like how that ranged and came back. Okay, so reminder, I will not be here in the next 2 weeks. I don't care what you do, as long as you don't get naked on the feed. That is a rule. We will get shut down.
How about shirtless?
No, don't even push the barrier why it's been done. Lenny Bruce sat on a toilet. You're taking your shirt off is not impressive. Been there, done that. Now, when they got naked in hair in '69, that did shake waves. Of course, the Living Theater had done it in '64. And then when they got locked out of their theater, they sent a guy in the second-story window, broke in, and did the show anyway, and all went to jail. So we ain't doing nothing yet here. Let's get more clever. If you want to get together and do a Greek chant, do it. Talk to Michael. He's in charge. I'm going to go do business. This remains the most interesting and pleasant poetry reading I have ever attended on a regular basis. You are it. Thank you. Good night.
Maintain strong.
Good job.
That was very clever.
Oh, I should.
Let's go find out who she is, man. Let's go find